Hello, I'm at guffromthehouse.com. I'm here with some special people from 32 Boots. We have Mike Neville and Kyle Kennedy, one of our team riders here at the house and for 32. Mike has been our rep for how long?
Going on 19 years.
19 years. That's a long time.
Yes.
And what year of Soltech is this?
Etnies started in 1986, so we're 32 years on Etnies. However, with 32, this is our 23rd year.
That's huge.
Yes.
That's a huge thing. 32 has always done really well here at the house, so we want to kind of highlight a couple of pieces. And we're starting it out with the kind of the comfort fit and the comfort liner style boots. We have 3 of our kind of like top favorites here. We have the Shifty Boa. This is a new one this year or last year?
Last year was new.
Okay, and then we have SCW Boa. This is a very high volume seller.
Absolutely.
And then a super special one. That's the 10-year anniversary light JP Walker colorway. What can you kind of tell us about this whole comfort fit style collection?
So we also have the Comfort Fit liner pulled out with the Comfort Fit footbed on the table. All of these boots are going to have the same liner system, footbed system, and lace-up liner system right in there. So the Comfort Fit liner is going to be a dual density foam. It's going to have your J-bars built inside to give you some heel hold down, lock your ankle in there nice and good.
Right.
And this is the only liner system in the 32 line that is going to be a lace-up liner system. The remainder of our other liners are going to have a center tongue, but there's going to be an internal harness inside of the shell that's going to hold everything in place and nice and tight. So all of our liners are going to be a custom moldable liner. So everybody's foot's a different shape, different width, and they're all going to custom mold around that person's foot to give you the best fit that you can get.
Got it. Now, Kyle, when you get a new pair of boots, do you heat mold them or do you just kind of just feel them out?
I feel them out for a couple days, see how I like them, but I usually tend to heat mold them after I kind of warm them in a little bit. Okay. And that just makes them fit your foot better.
Sweet. And this Intuition, is this the kind that like if it has like it kind of automatically heat molds if you don't have a heat molder too, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Your out-of-box fit will be what we call semi-molding, which your body heat's going to activate that liner, and it's going to essentially mold or pack out and mold around your foot. You can wear it around the house a couple days, you can wear it on the snow a couple days, but it's eventually going to activate and take that shape around your foot. Or you can do the full custom molding, which is where you actually put the heat tubes in it. You got to go to a 32 authorized retailer to do it. You guys can do it here at the house. Boom. And that's going to take out the initial break-in period and basically make that out-of-the-box fit feel like you've been on it for 15 days and nice and comfortable. So
right. Now, like with the integrated liner lacing system on the liner, why would someone want that instead of like the internal harness that you find in the Performance, the Elite, and the Team style liners?
The other harness is going to give you more stiffness or more support out of the liner system. This lace-up liner system is going to add a little more comfort to it, but it's also going to make the liner itself softer once you get it laced up because it's not going to give you as much support as that internal harness is going to give you.
With less material. And one thing I noticed too right away is that the upper kind of like quarter or so is just a little bit softer, a little bit more play up on top than there is like with this lower section.
Absolutely. We do that on all of our boots, especially when you get into some of the stiffer boots that are in the line. It eliminates any of the calf bite that you may get around the top of the boot. So then that softer, we call it a soft cuff up on top. That soft cuff up on top is basically just going to give you that cushioning to go around the stiffness of the top of the liner.
Got it. And like this is kind of cool too, is we were kind of talking, prepping for the videos, like these are all vastly different boots. They may look like these two may look kind of similar, but they're going to ride just a little bit different. We're talking about like articulation and the ability for the boot to like kind of go over the top of that toe side edge. So with the Shifty, there's basically no flex notches.
Correct.
No flex notches. SCW, we have a little flex, and then the JP Walker or the light JP Walker has full articulation. What do you think that does to like the performance of each boot?
By adding the full articulation in, you're going to get a hinge point in the boot down in this ankle area, which is not going to create any distortion out of the material that's on the boot. So it's going to create a smooth flexing or hinging spot on that boot. When you do the notch like you see just on the STW, it's going to give you that same idea, but just not as much of a responsive or hinging point on that boot as what you are going to have on a full articulation.
Got it.
And then of course on the Shifty Boa, there's not going to be one on there, which is gonna make it a little bit stiffer in there, and of course the panels you see on the side of the boot are gonna react as far as how the boot's gonna be a little bit stiffer. So you can see on that, we changed the panels up on that to accommodate basically for not having either the cutout or the articulation on there. So it can still perform good for you.
Sure.
Also, kind of speaking in conjunction with that is, it's the 3D molded tongues that also come into play in all the 32 boots. Now on the Shifty BOA, you're going to get the comfy tongue, we call it, which is going to be a little bit softer than the other 3D molded tongues that we're doing. But that's also going to aid in getting you up on your toe side edge to be a little bit more responsive, which is also going to go right in conjunction with what you were talking about with either the cutouts or the articulation or whatnot.
Right. So Kyle, you ride a lot of park, tons of park.
Lots of park.
What kind of flex do you like in your boot? Do you like a lot of flex over the toe side edge? Do you like to be stiff? Do you like to be soft?
I like to be soft. Okay. That's just, I don't know if you want to say more playful.
Sure.
But it's more comfy and it's just easier to toe to heel,
Yep.
And you just feel your board more.
Yeah.
Stiffer boot, you kind of feel the boot more than you do feel your board.
Sure.
But it's also nice for some situations.
You're right.
But personally, I like the softness.
Cool. Do you prefer like a lace or do you prefer a boa?
I have to go with the lace. It's more customizable. You know? You can just small tweaks.
Yeah.
But the boa's quick. It's easy.
Right. I think that's one reason that a lot of people like the boa is like the convenience of getting in and out of the boa is easy. You have one kind of smooth tightening system,
And it's really become a universal system.
It is.
Throughout not only the snowboard industry, but a lot of action sport sports that are out there.
Right.
I mean, even down to hiking boots and things like that.
Right.
That are doing it, and it's real easy to use. Everybody knows how to use it, and you don't need to figure out the system.
That's right. And Boa's not a Minnesota, but a Colorado-based company.
Yes.
Right, and they have lifetime warranties too.
Correct.
So it's easy to change them out. I don't know if you guys ever changed out Boas. It's actually not too bad.
Yes. Yeah. It is. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, but it hardly ever, literally never happens. I've never owned a pair of Boa boots that have ever broken a cable or a dial reel. Not once.
I have not either.
Cool. That's awesome. So what would you say, are these kind of perfect boots for everyone from beginners to advanced level riders, or would you say it kind of falls into what?
Nowadays there's so many different personal preferences out there on what your type of riding is. Even like Kyle was saying, how he likes his boots to be a little softer, a little more playful.
Right.
The old theory was always a softer boot is not as good of a boot as a stiffer boot, and I think that's really went out the window now, because you even have somebody like JP Walker who likes a softer boot, which is why he has the comfort liner system that's inside of there.
Right.
It makes everything a little bit softer for him.
Right.
So you can really, it's all based on personal preference nowadays. However, looking at the boots that we do have on the table, kind of putting JPs in to anybody across the board, from an entry-level guy all the way up, obviously, to an advanced level or even a pro rider.
Right.
The STW can fall into a similar category as what JPs can, because there's a lot of other characteristics on that boot that are similar to JPs, just adding on the BOA, more or less. Yep. So it's really, we've done well with it on an entry-level basis because it's easy to use. It's a soft flex. It fits great out of the box.
Right.
But really, if somebody wants to just have a really versatile BOA boot and they're on the snow 100 days a year, it's gonna accommodate and work for those guys really well if they like a softer boot.
Yeah.
Getting into the Shifty BOA, the Shifty is a price point model for us with the BOA system. Mm-hmm. So we are going to be taking off a few features on that. So I would definitely say that the Shifty is going to fall into more of your entry level to your intermediate level rider. Somebody that just wants a good all around boot that's maybe a recreational rider that isn't on the snow a ton of days a year.
Yeah. And you know what, even though surprisingly enough, these boots are all really lightweight, and they all of these, I don't know if we did this intentionally or not, they all feature the STI Evolution outsole.
Absolutely.
Extremely lightweight stuff.
So a good chunk of the boots in our line are featuring the STI Evolution outsole.
Yep.
We do add rubber and rubber pods onto some of the boots as we move up or through the line, and there's reasons for that. It may be for hiking stuff in the backcountry.
Right.
It may be for to get a little more skate look or skate feel out of the outsole of it as well. But yeah, at the end of the day, when we're using the STI Evolution foam with no rubber on it, it really takes a lot of that weight out of the boot, because rubber is a heavy material, and by removing that, it lightens up the boot quite a bit.
Awesome. And they all look good.
Yeah.
They all look good.
That STI Evolution foam also, it's a great cushioning material as well, so that acts as your midsole cushioning material as well as your outsole on it. So if you look at these, and even if you push in on the sides right here, you can see there's no reason to add a midsole material, a polyurethane or anything else that might be in there for cushioning or dampening, because it's all built right into the outsole of these boots.
Yep.
So.
Cool. And now, do all these boots within the line feature the same footbed, or do they have different footbeds?
All the Comfort Fit liners are going to come with the same Comfort Fit footbed, which is what we're going to see on the table here, which is a molded EVA foam. And you can see it's a little nicer than most price point footbeds that you're going to look at, because it is fully molded around the heel cup as well. You got a nice soft touch material up on the top here just for some aided comfort, and you do get a bit of arch support that comes through there as well.
Sure, cool. Well, it's a good looking lineup. That kind of starts it out for everything that's 32 for the 19th season. Again, we got the Shifty boa, SCW boa, and then we have the light, the JP Walker 10-year.
Exactly.
Well, what's the story with the colorway on that 10-year, by the way?
So this is JP's 10-year anniversary being on 32, and the first boot that JP rode with us on 32 was a Prion that had that same colorway or that same color blocking that was on it. So as a throwback to his 10 years being here, he wanted to take the light boot, which is the boot he's been riding the last couple years, and basically do that throwback colorway to show his ode to his 10-year anniversary being on 32.
Yeah, it feels like he's been on 32 for a lot longer than a decade.
Yeah.
A decade's a long time, but like, I feel like he's been there way longer.
Yes, yeah, it's been, it seems like it's been a long time, but it's been 10 years.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Mike, Kyle, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out all the boots out in the description. They're going to link right to the house. Leave a comment or question. Let us know if you've ever ridden 32 boots before, if you've ridden any of these models. It's really awesome when you guys chime in and leave comments and questions. And if you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to the channel. We're just about to surpass 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a pretty big deal. And we're almost up to 10,000 videos on the channel, which is like so crazy. And then, of course, make sure to check out all the other videos from our channel, and hopefully we'll see you guys on snow. Peace.